Hello, I'm Mike Taylor. I'm the Chief Exec and founder of the Bridge for Heroes charity, and currently acting as the Deputy Commander for Operation Mirror. Operation Mirror is the frontline COVID-19 response to the pandemic which occurred in 2020. We decided to look at a solution where we could support the beneficiaries where they're in a contaminated area and in an isolated and shielded environment. It took us 2 weeks to develop and design it. We looked at the different aspects of what the charity produces when it was in the building and then mirrored them out into the community and the public. We've got lots of online systems which are being put together, and basically it's become a very positive frontline operation, which is with a new computer system we can track every movement. So we've had at this moment approximately 1,200 interactions, including some of those are homeless and who are suicidal. So we look at the whole spectrum. So it's been a very successful operation to date. General Dannatt, who is our patron, has mentioned that often that it's a very brave move, very challenging, but it's something what was needed.
I'm part of the logistics team for Bridge for Heroes. Basically, we're in charge of all the supplies that come in, purchasing and going out and collecting items that we need. We've got a room that we put it in for 72 hours before anything goes out. So it's written on the door when we put it in, what time it goes in, what date it goes in, and what day it comes out and what time. We've got our own kitchen that's run by the chefs, so they come in and cook the meals ready for going out.
The logistics teams of Operation Mirror are kind of the crucial part to giving people who are isolated or shielding, which gives them everything from delivering books. It can also deliver sanitised hot meals, which are all provided at the centre here using people trained in catering and also in infection prevention control. So their job is very frontline, like the SAM teams, and they're there to do a 10-minute check with them, but not a heavy conversation, but they can drop off food and supplies. The SAM teams I speak about are actually, at the beginning we had to design teams to go out, and we came out with the word Samaritan team, but Samaritan team would confuse people, so we reduced it to SAM.
A SAM team is a key component to providing outreach to our vulnerable beneficiaries. They used to be able to come here to the centre, whereas now obviously due to COVID-19 we've provided Operation Mirror, so we've actually flipped it on its head where we actually now go out to them and visit them in their homes. So it is providing quite a viable service to those beneficiaries. We tend to normally do home visits to beneficiaries if they are vulnerable and are unable to leave their homes. We do tend to call them once a week for follow-up calls. If they request more or we feel that they need intervention, then we obviously will call them every day, but it will be a requirement to the individual. The SAM team has also helped the community for Bridge for Heroes grow in the way that everybody is now actually coming together more via the web chats that we hold once a week. We've not encountered any serious issues at all. Our training for PPE are actually with the guys who have actually trained in chemical warfare, so I feel very safe and very confident with doing the home visits.
In my former life, I was a nuclear, biological and chemical warfare instructor in the army. So I just adapted what I learned from many years of conducting that training, flipped it on its head, gave it civilian titles and titles that the population would understand and wouldn't be scared by, and then trained the people that I needed to train. And everybody within the organisation can be trained by me, and they're now safe in the knowledge that they've got the correct training and the correct equipment. They've got no reason to fear it. I've produced and authored various documents that can be accessed by businesses, GPs, the NHS, should they require it. The Bridge of Confidence brand is a byproduct from the training package that I developed for the NHS, which was DEFPAC. The people in the NHS would understand DEFPAC, and when they see it, they'll go, "Ah, yeah, get that." but I had to adapt it again into a language that shopkeepers and their staff would understand and wouldn't be frightened by. From that, we developed the bridge of confidence, safe shopper, safe carer, safe education, safe storage, and they are byproducts of the original DEFPAC product that I produced.
We're looking from the 2nd of June to start to let what we do pass out to other commercial organisations. We've got a lot of sponsors building this together, and basically they log in and they get a secure login and they can do all these courses, all their staff can do them, and from that they get the certification. They've ticked all the boxes for health and safety executive. The people building this were included. We have a professional health and safety director internally who specialises in chemical systems. We have a retired biological warfare officer. We've got a professional film crew, professional training company, and with all that together and with our own staff trained by the World Health Organization, it means the package is absolutely second to none. Contact the charity and we can give you more details on it. So during this 8 weeks, which has been probably some of the most challenging times of my life, my wife works on the front line as a SAM team manager. I go out on the front line and we go home every day and we go into our 13-year-old son who has preconditions, and I have the confidence that the equipment and the training that we have designed here will make us that safe. We have total confidence that when we go home our son is in a safe place. And what I'd like to say to everybody is that if you can at least follow some of the systems we've got and work together, we can make this a better place and we can get through this together and basically offer a safe haven for everybody.